Okay, so this is a thing that I've been meaning to make a post about for a while, but I was thinking about, I'm like, I'm not sure if I really get, like, my point across when I'm writing. I think I'm a better speaker, and so I thought I would just at least get this out. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna post this, but it's something that's been on my mind for a little bit. Like, I've seen it a lot recently in almost all of my fandoms, and it's a thing like, stop fucking asking for strong female characters. Like, it's not that the asking and the strength, because I think what you're trying to ask for is, we want strong female characters, and by that you mean you want a woman who owns her own body, who owns her sexuality, who owns her agency, who is able to exist outside of the male character storyline, or outside of the just be themselves, have their own goals, their own ambitions, and I think that's great. But the problem we have in today's society is this thing, like, strength is the antithesis to weak. That is just plain English. But we have this idea where strength is masculine traits. They're, all the outdoor shit, like, what we see as strong, we see as inherently masculine. So, what we see as weak is inherently female. And the problem is not that you're asking for strong female characters or females who are, like, I'm all for the female character who goes out and, like, completely takes over the masculine gender roles and owns them and makes them hers. Like, I love those characters. Those are great. But the problem we have is that women who don't are either they become villains, they are hated in fandom by women, or they are seen as less than the other characters who will go out and subvert gender roles. And subverting gender roles is great, but the problem is that why are we victimizing or villainizing or hating on female characters who are happy where they are? Like, there is nothing wrong with a woman who all she wants to do is have kids and be a mom. There's nothing wrong with a character like that, and I don't understand why we constantly demand that they do more than that. What's wrong with a woman who's happy having kids and cleaning her house and doing the laundry? As long as there's not a dude behind her going, well, you have to do this because you're a woman and that's what you do, then what's the big deal if that makes her happy? So what I'm saying is, like, there's nothing wrong. It just bothers me that we see women who are in their content in their femininity or existing in the pre-described feminine gender roles as weaker or less than females who go out. What I'm saying is that they are both equal. Like, how can you say a mom is worth less than the frontline soldier? They both do things that help our society. Like, maybe, we constantly have female characters who, like, the princesses or something, and she's a princess, and you're like, well, why don't you pick up a sword and stab people in the face? Well, maybe she doesn't want to stab people in the face. Maybe she doesn't enjoy stabbing people in the face. Like, right now, I guess my biggest fandom is Game of Thrones, so this is the comparison I'm going to use. Like, Sansa Stark and Brienne of Tarth. Like, I love them both so much. They're probably at least in my top 5 because they're so awesome. But they're night and day. Like, Sansa Stark she's a subverted princess in the ivory tower, and Brienne of Tarth is a knight. And, like, Brienne of Tarth is trolling up and down the Triton, stabbing bitches in the face, and pretty much owning everything, where Sansa Stark, like, she starts out pretty much being controlled by these influences around her, and then very slowly takes back takes back her own agency. And I think you can't say that Brienne is a better character than Sansa, because you can't compare them. They have different experiences, they have different spheres, they have their access to different abilities. So what I'm saying is, instead of asking for strong female characters, why don't you just ask for female characters, more of? Like, women who have ambitions, who have agendas, who go out and achieve their goals, instead of women who are used as, plot devices for the storyline, or prop up the male character, or the fucking women in the fridge. What I'm saying is, we need to stop saying that a certain type of female character is better than another because they are both equal and you can't compare them. Like, if a woman wants to, like, if her ultimate goal in life is to go out into a dance, why are we saying she's weak? She wants to go to a fucking dance. Maybe she wants to go buy the best fucking dress she can find. She wants the shoes and the makeup and the hair. What's wrong with that? If her ultimate goal is to go to that fucking dance and meet her fucking prince and live fucking happily ever after, why are we being like, well, no, you're not nearly as cool as the woman who wants to go fight on the front lines. Like, no, it depends on what they want. The princess in the dress, maybe she doesn't want to, like, go. Maybe she doesn't like guns. Maybe it's against her religion. Who knows? I'm saying, it's just something that's been bothering me. I hope I'm getting this across. I'm not saying one female character is better than the other. I'm saying that they are both great in their own way, and it's about what you want. It's really annoying to go to any sort of comment box or any sort of area and see a female character who is inherently feminine being blasted for being weak. And that's why I will say again and again, Joss Whedon is a god, because you know what he does? Do you know what he does? He gives you female characters, not even female characters. He gives you characters, and suddenly those gender roles fall away. It's not about, like Buffy's a woman, but she also can go kick ass and then go get a pedicure. It's about, Buffy as a character, as a person. She wants to have a life, but she can't because she's got this other issue going on over here. And the gender roles just fall away, and that's why I love Joss Whedon characters, because they're so amazing. But what I'm saying is, in other fandoms, we need to stop saying, like, femininity equals weak, masculine equals strong. We need to accept that there are some characters who are going to be able to do both, who are going to be able to hop into the dress and hop into the pants, and we need to also accept that there are some women who are just going to want to wear the pants, and some women that are just going to wear the dress, and we need to accept that, like, one is not better than the other, unless, of course, like, one is not murdering people and the other is murdering people, then I think it's fair to say that the one not murdering people is better than the one murdering people, because murder is wrong. But what I'm saying, in conclusion, if you're going to ask for strong female characters, maybe instead of saying that, you can just ask for female characters. Just like, I wish she was more nuanced. I wish she had I wish we focused on her more. I wish she wasn't used to forward the storyline. Why does she need to forward the storyline? Maybe she should just, like, tool around. That'd be great. I would love to watch her tool around. And that's just what I just had to get that out. I'm sorry. I was going to write it, but I get the feeling it would be that's what it would sound like or look like. It would be like that. So I just wanted to get this out, and I don't even know if I'm going to post it, but it's just been bothering me, especially the last couple of weeks. It's been nasty, especially since Game of Thrones is starting up, and we have Sansa versus Arya. What the fuck? They're like, you can't compare the two, and you can't really compare the two. They are in two different situations. So you can't say Arya is stronger than Sansa. We don't know what Arya would do in Sansa's situation. We don't know what Sansa would do in Arya's situation. They're two completely different things. All we know is that Sansa is handling her situation fairly well. Arya is handling her situation fairly well. Thus, they are both two, awesome female characters that we can love, that we should be able to love and appreciate, with going, well, you're stupid for liking Sansa. Sansa's weak. You're stupid for liking Arya. Arya's a psychopath. We should be able to just be like, oh, I love Sansa. Oh, I love Arya. Oh, I don't like Arya too much. Oh, I don't like Sansa too much. We should be able to just do that and be like, oh, that's cool, bro. So, you catch the new Game of Thrones? Like, that's a conversation I want to see. And I hope that one day it will happen. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but maybe one day. And on that day, I will weep with the baby Jesus. So, I've been almost rambling on about this for 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop, because I could probably go on about this for hours and hours and hours and hours. So, well, I feel better.